Welcome, everyone, to this virtual candidates forum presented by the League of Women Voters of Lee County and the Alliance for the Arts. I'm Sarah McDonald, president of the League here in Lee County. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization working to build citizen participation in the democratic process. The League never supports or opposes candidates for office or political parties. And a special shout out to Bill Taylor from the Alliance for the Arts for his invaluable assistance in producing these events. I hope you find this virtual forum useful in your decisions about the upcoming elections. Remember, democracy is not a spectator sport.
Welcome. My name is Clara Ann Graham, Director of Voter Services for the League of Women Voters of Lee County. With the efforts of the Voter Service Committee members, we bring educational voting information to empower you, the voter. Remember, voting is people power. Voting initiatives include Vote 411, a voter's guide. Type in your browser VOTE, VOTE 411, and input your address. Voting information specific to you will appear. Another initiative is an election protection hotline for voters having problems voting. Election protection phone number is posted on the Vote 411 site. Lee County Superintendent of Elections website also has voting educational information. This primary candidates forum is hosted by the League of Women Voters of Lee County in partnership with the Alliance for the Arts. In some primary races, the elected candidate will be decided. Consistent with federal law and league policy, no primary forum will be held with less than 2 candidates for each race. No personal attacks or abrasive language will be permitted. No substitutes or stand-ins for candidates will be allowed. For fairness, time limits will be strictly enforced. Each candidate will have 2 minutes for their introductory presentation and 2 minutes for their wrap-up, with the first speaker selected at random. Questions have been solicited from League members and the public. Each primary candidate will be allowed 1 minute to answer the question. The League will rotate starting speakers for each question. By participating in the primary forum, candidates consent to the recording of the forum and to its release by the League and its affiliates and representatives. Forum content is the property of the League. No recording of the forum by a primary candidate or their staff is allowed. Rebroadcast of the primary forum must be done in its entirety. Primary candidates must agree that they will not use any portion of the primary forum in any political advertisement. This virtual primary forum will be posted online and accessible 24/7 by the League of Women Voters of Lee County and the Alliance for the Arts. Remember, every vote counts. Happy learning. Good morning. My name is Clara Ann Graham, moderator for today's forum. All qualified candidates were invited to participate in the primary forum for School Board District 4 and District 5. School Board District 4 candidates are Jason Big Mama Jones, who did not respond, Debbie Jordan, who is joining us, Dan Severson, who was unable to attend, and Gerri Ware, who is also joining us. School Board District 5 had 2 candidates, Wenat Gittins and Amber Persons. Amber Persons was unable to attend, and because of that, we only had 2 candidates, and that made it 1, so we had to cancel that forum. We will start with Gerri Ware with her 2-minute opening presentation.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you why I am running for School Board District 4. I am a native Floridian, born in Florida, as I stated. reared here in Fort Myers because this is my mother's birthplace. I was educated in Florida in segregated schools and very proudly returned from Florida A&M University with a degree in nursing to work here in Lee County at the Black Hospital because I was not allowed to work at the White Hospital of Lee Memorial. However, it was with the pride that I worked there because I was able to mentor young people in my community to let them know that your surroundings should not dictate what you do. So that shows you that I'm a committed person to becoming well informed and knowing what I need to do to prepare myself. Why do I think I need to run for the school board? I need to run because our children are the most important assets to us, and they deserve the best education possible to prepare them for this society, which is a global one now. And if you're not prepared, you will be left behind. I advocate, and I have been advocating here in Fort Myers, as I said, for well over 50 years, attending school board meetings. I first ran for school board in 1982, 2018, and here again. One might think that I'm a slow learner, but I am a committed person. I'm so committed that I always attend school board meetings. I advocate in my community. I was very helpful in alleviating James Stevens as a poor performing school, and is now a C school, and we continue to perform very well. I advocate also for Franklin Park, but I will advocate for all kids.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mrs. Ware, your time is up. Ms. Jordan.
Good morning. My name is Debbie Jordan, and I am running for School Board District 4, which consists of Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and North Fort Myers. I was elected in 2018. I have served this community proudly, and I'm very humbled to do that today even. We are the 9th largest school district in the state of Florida, the 32nd in the nation. We have 119 schools, over 95,000 students, and we need to make sure that our students have what they need and a person who is going to fight for them every day to ensure that they will have the tools needed to succeed. My vision is to make sure that every child has a pathway, whether it is in the higher ed or going through a career pathway. But we have to make sure that we provide these pathways so our students will be productive as they go through their life. We don't just leave them, when they start in kindergarten, we have to make sure that we take them through all the way through to high school and then beyond to make sure that they are productive citizens. In Lee County, my students have, my children have gone to school here. Now all my grandchildren have attended the Lee County School District or are in the school. I will never be out of the school system with my family. And I believe that participating in being involved in the community, as I always have been, this is not my first time participating in the community. I have always been here. Franklin Park, I've been fighting for that to be rebuilt in District 4. We finally got it through after many years of fighting. And I am so excited that this year we will bring it to fruition.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Ware, you will have the first question and you have 1 minute for a response.
Yes.
Okay. Your first question. What can the school board do to encourage transparency in school board decisions?
I believe that in order for one to be transparent, one should be allowed to be able to participate in the dialogue. I think the school board should open up more opportunities for people in the community and the parents to communicate other than the 3 minutes at school board meetings, and that's it. Because other than that, at their workshops, they're not allowed to participate in the dialogue. So first of all, they're going to have to be synergistic, which I believe is my most important tool of listening to parents and all those in the community.
Thank you. Ms. Jordan?
Yes, thank you. We really strive hard as a sitting board member right now. We do strive to make sure that we are transparent as possible by including everyone. We post all of our information online continuously. Can we do better? Yes, of course. There's always room for improvement when it comes to our community, our parents, our partners, our stakeholders, our students, and even the faculty and staff. But we need to try to continue working on making sure getting out the information that is needed, making sure that there's a clear understanding of what is taking place. And yes, we do have our information online on board docs. And sometimes, is it simple? Perhaps not, but we are trying to centralize everything.
What are your thoughts to improve teacher recruitment and retention?
Well, this is an ongoing issue for us. Of course, retaining is always a plus because every time you have to rehire, I don't care what industry that you're in, there's always a cost factor to that. We need to keep our teachers, we need to keep our staff. We need to make sure that we are keeping our qualified, seasoned teachers. We have to make sure that they are being treated with respect, that they are being heard, and that we are here, that they're not worried about coming and speaking on an issue that they may have. And that starts from the top, from the superintendent on down to us as a school board, as well as in school with the principals. And as far as recruitment, we are going out, we're thinking outside the box. We're bringing people from other countries. We're doing different things to make it happen.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Ware?
In order to get teachers to come to Lee County, we are going to be able to, first of all, project that we are a productive district. As far as going out, we need to go out as we did before. I participated in a committee that would travel to universities seeking teachers to come to Lee County. I also believe that we should be involved with tourism here within the county. Being a part of that would also let them know what schools we have here and what we have to offer them. We need to provide them with more money. We're going to have to get funding from local and national and state levels, more money, because they cannot live in a place that they cannot afford to live and teach. Also, I would encourage.
Excuse me, Ms. Ware, your minute is up.
Fine.
Okay, you will answer this question first. Do you support the school district's proposed proximity plan? What are its advantages and challenges?
Now, proximity, if you recall, is closeness of being near your school.
Correct.
I think that because of the desegregation laws and things of that nature, we're going to have to veer a little bit away from proximity, as they have done, because they presented a lot of plans, but they didn't do anything with them. Because we're going to have to be able to have integration in our schools. So kids, unfortunately, are going to have to be bused. So proximity may be a thing that can be utilized, but now with those plans that they have, no, it cannot work.
Thank you. Ms. Jordan?
Thank you for that question. I definitely believe that the proximity plan will work. It will definitely, people want to have more local schools, and the proximity plan as it stands, there's 5 plans. And as it stands, it's not about, and of course we always worry about desegregation, but it's not saying we're going to, instead of you having 12 schools to choose from, you now will have 5 schools. A child does not need to be going from downtown Fort Myers to Estero. That is just entirely too long. So by these plans, it is generalizing your locations and giving you a better opportunity. And that way also you can have more parents can participate with their schools because of the closeness of that. So we are in the process of still continuing to look at that. With the new superintendent coming in, this will be a project that we will move with.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Jordan. How does social and emotional learning play a role in the mission of the school district?
Well, I believe that in the days that we have before us, these kids we just came off of a 2-year stint of COVID and an unwelcome friend that came into our lives. With the mental health and everything that has taken place, not just in the stress levels that have gone on with our staff, our students, our families, there is a lot of that it needs to be addressed. And I believe that the social aspect is always going to be there. And we have to be able to listen and to care about what has taken place. I think we've kind of lost that in our ways over the years, when before, your teacher knew everything about you and they were there, they could spot an issue in a second. Nowadays, it's hard for them to do.
Thank you. Ms. Ware?
When you address some of the social issues, unfortunately, have taken place with all of the shootings that we are now having in schools, one of the main social issues that is taking place is safety, as far as guns are concerned. Others are like COVID, that we have no control over. Now, COVID also brought on some emotional issues because being shut in, I guess all of us suffered mentally from it. And I think we have to address all of the psychological as well as the emotional needs of a child. They have to be addressed in the school system. I advocated at school board, we need to have more people with experience dealing with emotional issues. So I do believe that we've got our work cut out for us with safety and health issues.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Ware.
Yes.
How can the school district ensure an adequate supply of substitute bus drivers, cafeteria workers, in addition to its teachers?
Provide them with proper salaries.
Okay.
Provide them, bottom line, provide them with proper salaries and to treat them as valued employees and let them know that.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Jordan.
Thank you so much, Ms. Claire. We know there is a shortage. This has been something that has been taking place, and it is not just here in Lee County. Unfortunately, this is a national situation that is at hand. And I have to agree with Ms. Ware. Money does come into play, but also the respect and what they're going through on the bus, making sure that our children are doing what they're supposed to do when they get on the bus, and that they are treating our drivers with respect. It's been a tough year for all of them. And I know personally firsthand, because I have gone into lunchrooms quite a bit this year to assist so that teachers could fill in spaces into classrooms and just be there as that extra hand. So we are trying everything to make sure that we fill those positions.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Jordan. What are your sources of ongoing education that allow you to make informed decisions for the community?
Thank you. Well, I attend every forum that I possibly can attend that is given by the FSBA, which is the Florida School Board Association. I sit on that board. Actually, I was on the board of directors for the last 2 years for the state Florida School Board Association. So there we are giving tools to better ourselves, as well as when the district is providing classes to the teachers, to the students, parents. I participate in those programs as well. So every opportunity that I have to do that, I am engaged in that. As far as the community, I am engaged in the community. I sit on several boards, several things that are going on in the community. So that way I have a good grip of what is taking place and what the needs are out there in the community.
Thank you. Ms. Ware?
Well, I don't know whether that's, well, I did tell you that I have a BS degree in nursing, but I also have a master's degree in vocational adult education. So I am an educator. As far as improving myself or making myself better, I am always involved in continuing education. However, there's more in the responsibilities of a school board member other than the educational component. I am a business person. I have had my own business at State Farm Agent. I'm currently with the clients with disabilities. So I'm always involved in caring for others. I also have always been very active in my community and proud to be a member of the League of Women Voters. Because those are the things that help us to seek out other people in the community who can help with the school board. The school board and the school district needs the community, not just the person on the board. You got to have synergism, people in the community as a part of it.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Ware, the next question is for you. What should the school board do to increase the number of students who are prepared to enter kindergarten?
First of all, you got to prioritize equity. What does that mean? It does not mean that you have to give each school the exact amount of money. Wherever the need is, like for instance, in the East Zone, we have more kids in that lower one range than any other part of the district. So therefore, you've got to spread the resources to that particular area, not just based upon trying to say each one should have equal amount of money. Well, we should prioritize the equity. Just for instance, we need more resources in like in James Stevens and over at Franklin Park, because I facilitate and I talk a lot with the principals and I participate in the community a lot. So that's what I feel that we need to do.
Thank you. Ms. Jordan?
Thank you. I believe that we really need to partner with, and we do have some partnerships with the Early Learning Coalition. So that way we know that children need to come in ready to learn. So if we can capture them prior to them enter in kindergarten. So we do have some of our pre-Ks that they come in at James Stevens, and there's a couple of our schools that have that, as well as different partners outside of the district. And with that, I know that we can always try to do better in gaining partnerships on that, because our children do need to be ready when they come in. And we do have the issue, it's not really an issue, but we have our English language learners that we need to, make sure that we are providing the tools that they need to be successful as well.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Jordan, what should the school board do to increase the financial resources, scholarships available for higher education?
Okay, well, the school board does not provide the scholarships for higher ed. That is something that is with partners, and when we need to make sure that our counselors are prepared to give our students the information that they need to take them to move them forward. And that goes to our pathways. What are our pathways? How do we get our students to understand that they can do dual enrollment? How do they understand that they can apply for Take Stock in Children, which could be in 6th grade or 9th grade, that will provide them a 4-year college? So we need to make sure that we are giving them the information that is needed for them to succeed and for them to fill out that information and to be prepared to move on. There's a lot of opportunities for our students. It's the fact that we need to make sure that it is being put in their hands and that they know how to get that and how to obtain that.
Thank you. Ms. Ware?
I really admire what has been done at South Fort Myers High School. It allows students to prepare for construction, for nursing, to pursue higher education in nursing, other ways to get an education other than just in occupations that are professional, like lawyers and that type of thing, to make them aware of what's out there as far as scholarships are concerned, learning how to start early, like for instance, in the 10th and 11th grade. I encourage all my grandchildren to take the SAT and ACT early because that's going to facilitate them to be able to get scholarships based upon their scores. So I think the district need to not only push those kids who are geniuses, anybody can propel a genius, but it takes one who's a slow learner or a little bit not as good as another student to be able to
Okay,
pursue life.
thank you, Ms. Ware. Your time is up. Okay, Ms. Ware,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on life skills education?
I just alluded to the fact that, for instance, like at South Fort Myers is not the only school that has programs. All of them have Gateway. All of them have programs that teaches children how to be able to function in our society. So learning how to be able to live in this world, a diverse world like we have, with the population that's steady growing, with various languages, kids have to be prepared to be able to live with others as well.
Thank you. Ms. Jordan?
Thank you. I think life skills are very important for our children. And now life skills can be two different things. Life skills that we teach for our special needs children to make sure that they are productive and to make sure that they have a goal at the end where they can be successful and they can live on their own. So that's one aspect of it. And then we have the soft skills where we teach our kids how to, I know we don't have checkbooks anymore. Most of us, or the younger ones, do not, but make them understand what those skills are and what you need to be productive. How do you live? How do you manage your funds? I was just at SOS this morning for our students, and we're teaching them how to do these soft skills on how to obtain and be able to take care of themselves as far as managing, speaking.
I'm sorry, your time is up.
I see.
Okay, Ms. Jordan, what are the desired outcomes for teaching civics?
Wow. So the desired outcome, well, I love that word. So this is the new thing for us now. We want to make sure that we are really concentrating on the outcomes of our children. So in mind, it's the civics, as they come through to us through the state Sunshine Standard, we will be teaching what they have sent to us. And so the outcome is for them to learn what is being given by the Board of Education.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Ware?
Yes. Civics is where you're trying to teach a child at an early age how to be a very good citizen. The respect for the flag, the respect for the state as a whole, learning what it is to be in a democratic society. That's what the civic is trying to do at an early age, teaching children about the importance of voting. Why do they need to vote? What does it mean to be a naturalized citizen? If you're not, what does it take to become a naturalized citizen? That's what I really admire about the new teaching standards of civics, is teaching children from an early age how to be involved in voting and in politics.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Ware?
Yeah.
How can the school board increase access to all students to after-school programs?
Well, funding is going to dictate that. If you don't have the money, then you cannot provide the service. So first of all, to me, I think that they need to be more proactive in going out into the community, getting other agencies to help fund after school programs, because if they cannot get any more money from the state, you're going to, and then on the national level, you're going to have to seek resources here in locally.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Ms. Jordan?
Yes, thank you. I have to agree with what Ms. Ware has stated. We are trying to expand the aftercare because we understand that parents do need to have that to make sure that their kids are taken care of, and not just after, before care. And a lot of the times with the ones that we have within the schools, they have the opportunity of, it's not just a babysitting situation. They are there, they're being able to do their homework. They have someone there that can assist them if they have a problem with something that they're not understanding. So that's a really great thing. And it all depends on funding. We do have partnerships with the YMCA and others. And that is something that we are continuing to look at, because without the funds and the partnerships for our children, this is definitely a hard situation for our families. So that's something.
Thank you. Okay, time is up. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the desired outcomes of counseling and career education?
Outcomes for career education. So, okay, I sit on that's one of my favorites. So I sit on the Career and Tech Advisory Committee. I believe that we need to make sure that our children have options. We understand that every child is not going to attend higher ed, and that's okay. If they want to do that, we want to be there for them. However, our schools and the academies that we have within our schools make it feasible for our children to be so much more. I never had those. My children didn't have it. I'm thankful that my grandchildren do have those abilities to see and to make choices for themselves. But I believe that the hands-on that we're giving these kids and opening their eyes as early as middle school is going to make them more productive.
Thank you. Ms. Ware, what are the desired outcomes for counseling and career education?
Is to assist in helping a student and the parents to help that child identify a viable job skill that will allow them to lead a productive life. So the purpose should be, whatever level that they are on, to pursue a career that can make them to be viable and able to function in this society.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies, we've run out of questions. So now it's your turn to do your 2-minute wrap up. Ms. Jordan, you will start first since Ms. Ware started first last time. You have
Okay,
2 minutes for a closing wrap up.
Thank you. I would like to thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to come here and speak with you. I do believe that over the last 3.5 years, I have jumped in there, and coming from the business world and understanding that fact, I believe was an asset to the board. It is great to have educators on the board, but it is also good to have people of business. It's a $2 billion business as well. So we need to have people who understand both. Collectively as a board, when you work together, everybody brings something to that board, where I can bring the aspect of understanding business, how it's run, understanding how Robert's Rules. I sat on the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association board for 20 years. I get that. I understand what that looks like, and advocating. So making sure that we have somebody that's going to be on that board that understands people, listens to what is being said, being out there in the community, not when it's good for me, but when it's good for all. And just knowing that I am available and approachable, that I do understand, coming from a family, single parent family, I understand the struggles that a lot of our parents have. And I am here for them. I always will return the call, and I believe that I will be that person that will continue on. I do not have to learn the ropes. Well, I'm going to back up. I learn every day. I learn, because if I don't get up and learn something new, shame on me. But as far as the process and the protocols, that's something that I do every day. I'm very vigilant when it comes to the district, our teachers, our staff, our students, and I will continue to do that if you vote for me on August 23rd.
Thank you. Ms. Ware?
Well, thank you all very, very much for allowing the opportunity to share what my vision would be, and collectively with the school board as well as the community. As I said before, I'm a strong believer in synergism, and that is the skill of being able to listen to others and making a collective decision that's better for all, not just what Gerri Ware wants. I am a strong believer in knowing exactly what I need to do. So therefore, I have studied the statutes of 1001.42, which clearly lays out what the responsibilities of a school board member are. I want to bring my skills to that board, and I have one skill that I think is very unique, and that is advocating for others. I have advocated well over 50 years for this district. And as I have said before, I have only ran for one political office, and that is school board, because that is what my passion. When you find your passion, you'll find your purpose. And I strongly believe that it is our purpose to make sure that each child can be able to function in this society. Because if they are not prepared, they will be left behind. I strongly believe in parent and community involvement, because I believe with parent and community involvement, we can make a change. We may have different perspectives or ideas, but collectively, we can make a change. And I am a catalyst for change for the school board for here in Lee County, because I want to preserve it and improve the quality of the education of our children here. And by focusing on basic education, parental and community involvement, as well as addressing the issues that deals with diverse population and growing population.
Thank you, Ms. Ware. Your time is up.
Thank you.
I want to thank Ms. Ware and Ms. Jordan for participating in this forum this morning. We appreciate your time and your effort. I also want to thank Bill Taylor with the Alliance for the Arts for producing and recording this forum, which will be posted on the YouTube. I want to wish you all the best in your campaign. Happy voting, and remember, voting is people power. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.